Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and today I wanted to talk to you who are self-employed and small business owners because the PPP Round 2, the Payroll Protection Program, which is that forgivable loan for business owners and self-employed in order to cover payroll, owner's compensation, and other expenses, has gone live. Now, yesterday was the first day that applications opened for a very specific targeted group of financial institutions and business owners. Now, if you are a minority or female-owned business, or this is your first time applying for a PPP loan, then applications are open to you now. Right now, applications are only open with small community financial institutions. So the larger, bigger banks are not yet allowed to offer and accept applications by the SBA. But if you do fall under the category of either being a first-time PPP applicant or a minority or female-owned business, then you can search within your local community and find a local financial institution that can offer you an application. Now, this Wednesday, PPP loan applications will open up and be able to be accepted by second-time borrowers. So if you don't fall under the category of being a minority-owned business or a first-time PPP applicant, you will be able to apply starting on Wednesday. So when will larger banks begin to offer PPP loans? Well, we don't have a date in writing yet from the SBA. We will need to wait and see exactly when the SBA grants those larger financial institutions the ability to accept applications. What is a PPP loan? It is the Payroll Protection Loan. It is a 100% forgivable loan. Essentially, it's like a grant. It's issued as a loan, but as long as you use the funds for the intended purposes, you document and keep very careful records, and you apply for forgiveness properly, you can have the entire loan balance forgiven. Now, with the new stimulus legislation, we no longer have the EIDL Advance Grant subtracted from your forgiveness amount. So you will have the full amount forgiven as long as you comply with its rules and regulations. So who qualifies? Well, if you are self-employed, meaning if you are an independent contractor, yes, gig workers can apply if they qualify, a sole proprietor, or a business entity such as an LLC, an s-corp, or other business form. You must have 500 or fewer employees if it is your first time applying, and 300 or fewer employees if it is your second time applying. And you must have experienced a 25% or greater reduction loss of gross sales between any one quarter in 2019 and the corresponding quarter in 2020, such as fall of 2019 and fall of 2020. Now, the SBA's interim final rules, which is known as the IFR, also issued guidance that if you had 2019 and 2020 tax returns and you show a 25% reduction in gross sales between the entire years, then you also qualify. In order to qualify for forgiveness, you must use the loan funds in their intended way. That means that you need to use at least 60% or more for payroll or for owner's compensation. Can you use the full 100% for owner's compensation? Yes. The remaining 40% or less must be used for qualified business expenses. This includes payroll, rent, covered mortgage, interest, and utilities, and the following new costs are now eligible for forgiveness. Covered worker protection and facility modification expenditures, including PPE to comply with COVID-19 federal health and safety guidelines. Covered property damage costs related to property damage and vandalism or looting due to public disturbances in 2020. Expenditures to suppliers that are essential at the time of purchase to the recipient's current operations, and covered operations expenditures. Now, if you do not have a bookkeeper, I want to advise you to do one thing before you apply. Before you complete that application, open up a separate bank account for your PPP loan funds. If you open a separate bank account specifically for your PPP loan funds, the money will be directly deposited there, and anytime you pay out a covered expense or pay yourself an owner's draw or use it for payroll, you will be able to have a very, very clear paper trail, and it will make things much easier when it comes time to apply for forgiveness. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Have a very clear paper trail. Paper trail? What's a paper trail? He sits under your desk and he eats all your paper.